the dailies.
Newspapers, yes. So I'll start with the Daily Graphic. Now on the front page of the Daily Graphic, 4 petitions CID over Akonta mine. Walls go down at Ramsar site. Regional Minister says it's demolition phase 1. Okay, the NDC internal elections gather momentum, 350 million cedis to modernize tourist sites. This is coming from Tourism Minister Dr. Awal. You know, with this Ramsar story, you know, I think that, so that yesterday when I was watching the news, there were a whole lot of explanation being given and all that. But you know, what is wrong is wrong. You know, regardless. And I think that in as much as people would also want to put up properties and, you know, buildings and stuff like that, be very careful. Because if you go, I mean, erect a structure on there and in a twinkle of an eye, you stand there, watch your hard-earned money, you know, just go down the drain. You can die. So you may want to be careful. You know, if you have money to build, get the right location. Because you don't want to start and get to some point, you know, and then you are told that you can't build here, and then it's gone.
And then also, I think that part of the challenge is people have found money, you know, and whatever, and they quickly want to do something, you know. So you see a lot of people rushing to a space that seems like there's no contest here, so let me go and then quickly do something, you know, there. But maybe we want to consider, because there's a lot of old properties in Accra that people are trying to sell off, you know, and families have abandoned, and lands, the property is there. You can see nobody lives in the thing. So go and find out. Maybe let's try and do maybe.
But sometimes the price they mention.
Well, yeah, that's also true.
You know, that's why the structure is still standing there.
That's also true. But how did you feel about the demolition, though? What we saw, the footage that we saw of the demolition.
So for me, I saw it from 2 different angles. So as someone who has purchased a land, you know, and want to do something, I cringed and I felt sorry, you know, because I was like, so you wake up or you are home and you're watching the news and you realize that this is my wall coming down. You know, how are you going to feel? This is your money just being thrown away. But on the other side, I also feel sometimes, I know that we have to put a human face to all these things. But, you know, if we also don't put our foot down, very soon we'll have people building on streets. You know, and it's happened already. You know, there are places people are building...
In the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road and all that. Sometimes you ask yourself,
but somebody has built their house, somebody has built their house with a wall, and then another person who is next door has come to build the first floor of their house on top of someone's wall. Do you understand? No, it's impunity. That's the problem.
It's crazy. And so sometimes you also feel that authorities must be able to crack the whip, because otherwise, very soon, and that's why the laws are there.
Why does the whip exist?
Exactly. So
crack the whip. It's meant for cracking.
And so I feel that if people watch this, you will be careful when you're also going to do something like that.
I actually think the regional minister hasn't gone far enough. I wasn't impressed seeing just fence walls coming down. I was looking for buildings, actual finished buildings, painted buildings being smashed. That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
But
because you see, we say we have the core Ramsar site. And that's what they're going for. There's a transition zone and then there's the buffer zone. Right? Are we saying that the core is the only place, or rather, let me rephrase that. The core does not have any finished story.
But David, you know, in as much as you're saying that they are not cracking the whip enough, you should also know that we cannot sit down, you know, not do what we are expected to do. What are state institutions doing? You know, sometimes you ask yourself, say, you get people doing all kinds of things, and then you wait people finish their structures and... Charlie, that thing, okay, let's continue.
Anyway, so front page of the Ghanaian Times, we have these headlines here. It says, making Ghana preferred destination in Africa. Okay. We're always talking the big talk. I'm just wondering when we will start walking the walk, because a lot of the times...
The talk, huh?
Yeah, walking the talk that we are talking. The 350 million Ghana cedi boost for tourism. This is Dr. Awal. And, okay. I don't know if, Frema, we don't quite get how tourism, how it actually works.
No, we don't.
I think it's a problem.
We don't.
You know, when you see the conversation about tourism and you see how we are approaching the whole thing, sometimes I really, it hurts me because I'm like, I didn't study tourism. I'm not a big player in the tourism sector. But at least if I can sit down and I can give you a thought process of how to think about, just by, look, listen, one experience that I had in some country in Middle East some years ago, I just realized, it's just pause and think about what the people are doing. You will see the thing clearly, how to make it work.
Is it today? I just don't want to stress myself.
Yeah, I know.
We can't
stress
sweat.
you out.
No, don't try. Right. So quickly, let's look at the Business Finder. 350 million cities set aside to modernize tourist sites and the World Bank Tourism Development Program. This is according to the Tourism Minister, Dr. Awal. President commissioned such a maize processing factory. Minister tasked Chamber of Mines to play active role in Galamsey fight.
Yeah. So we're done with our papers for today. This is the headline Chronicle. The middle one is the one it's catching my eye. Forestry Commission raises alarm, and it has a picture of the entire parcel of land, forest area completely decimated. Desiree forest decimated in the name of community mining, not Galamsey. This is community mining. Can you imagine? Anyway. Scripture says, let death seize upon them. Let them go down to quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings and among them.
We didn't say
Psalm 55, verse 15. Read your scripture.
It's in the Bible.